So we have a DynamoDB and we have a Hive. So what is the requirement to integrate DynamoDB table with the Hive? We'll see here. Hello everyone, I'm Neeraj from Kepler Solutions and we are going to discuss here how to integrate DynamoDB table with Hive. So let's start. We are going to discuss integration of DynamoDB table with Hive using Hadoop cluster and lab on it. So we have a DynamoDB table here and we have a AWS EMR Hadoop cluster. So what is the use? So here we go. Suppose you have a huge data that you want to upload in your DynamoDB table. After upload inside the DynamoDB table, you want to do a regression testing through an application which can change the data. You can say like update or delete the data. After doing your regression testing, you want to revert back your data. You want your table in a previous stage where your initial data was loaded. That can be easily achieved through using a DynamoDB table or integrate with Hive table. Second important, if your DynamoDB table is integrated with an Hive table, running a query is more easy through the Hive table or using a Hive SQL, Hive SQL rather than writing a code and fetch the record from DynamoDB table. How we can do that? What we will do is we will run an Hadoop cluster using this AWS EMR, that is a managed service elastic MapReduce, a managed service that can launch a cluster on behalf of you, and then we'll integrate the DynamoDB table with it. So what we are going to do in lab is we launch an EMR cluster which is AWS managed service to run Hadoop cluster. We'll download sample data as a file in master node on local file system, create a Hive table, load data into it, create a DynamoDB table, create an external Hive table that matches with the DynamoDB and load data from Hive internal table. After that, we'll run some query and we'll see the changes. So here we go in the lab. So we have already logged in Kepler training. We are in North Virginia region. We'll go to services. We'll put EMR, elastic MapReduce. We'll click here and these are the tested. Leave it. We'll launch a cluster. We'll give my DynamoDB Hive cluster. We'll give a name and we'll choose which release. Oh, it is not coming. No problem. We'll go to with advanced option. Okay. Before going to advanced option, we'll choose EMR. We should have Hive here. Then we don't use. Now we'll go to, okay, just we have a release. Then we are not going to use multi-master. We are not saving the Hive data somewhere else. We are not doing any configuration. We go to next. Uniform instance, yes. Network default, subnet is default, master. Then we next. Okay, here we put the cluster name, my DynamoDB Hive cluster, and we'll put key. Tagging is not required. Bootstrap not required, same as it is. And we have one question here and that we are not able to see, and that is key. It did not ask key. Why? We'll see that. Security group, an auto scaling instance profile role. Okay, here, keep here. We should go my Kepro EC2 because I have that key. We can launch and create a cluster. So this launching the EMR cluster will take 5 to 6 minutes to show here it is running. Till the time, let's pause the video. Now your cluster is back and see waiting cluster ready. Don't confuse with this status. It will say starting, then it will say running, and after that the cluster status will change. Waiting cluster ready means it is ready to use. Now you click here in cluster name and you will see which one is a master DNS. You click on SSH and it will show you have to log in as a Hadoop user. SSH 241.197. You go to instance and see you have already 3 instance launched, and 241.197 is my master node. So I will make it as a master node, and then using the same public DNS I have already logged in. So if you put JPS, not sure you okay, it is things are not running as a Hadoop. So what we will go is we'll go to close it, we'll go to the console and we'll put ls. So nothing in their local file system. Now what I will do, I will now follow my step. I will download a zip file which has some sample data. Okay, and you have to unzip it. Sorry. See, this is data. Then if you want, you can put head feature.txt. So this is the data. Data is very used. If you want to put, I can put more feature dot txt wc-1 500 lines, like we have a number, then we have a big run, then a string, then some value. What we are going to do, we are going to create a table with feature ID, feature name, feature class, state alpha, prime ledec, premium long, decision, elevated infit, and you know how to create a Hive table. If you don't know, yes, if you do some Google, you will come to know what are the way you can create a Hive table and how to terminate the lines. So according to your input, like line is terminated by piping, you can terminate the lines here. So let's create a Hive table. Okay, we can just, you don't have to go, you just have to put Hive. You will go to a Hive prompt. It takes some time. It takes some time. Now we are in Hive table. We can create this table. This is very similar to, if you know the SQL language, then it's very easy. Then load data local path, because data is getting loaded from local file system, not from the Hadoop file system. Dot means from home directory, from where we are executing it. This is the text overwrite. Overwrite means if there is any data present in the table, it will clean it, load the new, not append. So what it will do is load it. Data is loaded. Now if you want to run just a query, select alpha count from Hive feature group by state alpha, you will get an output. Don't bother about, I will put a query in the link, you can run the same. So this is way it is running, 8.5 second it run. Now what we have to do is we have to go and create a table in DynamoDB. We'll go to DynamoDB section, North Virginia, we click create a table, and we'll create a table with primary key. We give a table name feature. That is important. Why I'm saying is because same syntax we are going to put in the next. ID with number. Nothing is required. Yeah, something is required. Using a capacity 5, if you go here and use default, remove this, you'll see provision free tier. This is the by default for the free tier. You can't change to 10 because the data is bit used. We are going to put in on demand and create a table. Now see the feature table got created. Table is being created, so just wait for 2 minutes. Hope it should create. And yes, table has been created. There is no item, it has only primary key, table name is feature, and the attribute name is ID. So what we'll go to command line Hadoop, and then we'll see what is that. We are going to create an external table. DDB, DynamoDB feature, will feature ID, same. Here we are going to use this package. See this. Org Apache Hadoop Hive DynamoDB strong storage handler, and table property we are going to define what is the DynamoDB table name and how we are doing the column mapping. So we are going to create this. So we have not, according to the column mapping, the column will be, or you can say like attribute will be get created for the records. So we'll run here. If you create select count from, if you put this table name, you will get nothing because there is no data, it's just an external table. Now what we are going to do is we are inserting the record, like in Oracle we do select star as from all table. So insert overwrite. Overwrite means it will overwrite the record. We are again putting here and we'll run that. It internally run the MapReduce, so it is showing on the screen, and very soon it should complete it. Not sure why it is taking that much of time, but let's see. Okay, Vortex did not succeed due to own task failure. There is some Hive issue. What is that? That is matter of discussion. Sometime things did not work as expected. Okay, zero record, data has not loaded. So we will run this. DDL features, everything high features. Data is high features. So we'll run it again and we'll see. Because this is the common error, sometimes it comes. Not sure what is wrong. Now the issue has been resolved because this was in a small setting. I have just log out from the Hive and log in again, and I drop the table and I recreate the external table. That was a syntax error, and then inserted the table, the external table DDL feature from the Hive internal table, and it worked well. How? We'll see that. See, we have this command. It has some, just that's the reason when you even create a column ID, the syntax should be same. Like if single character is uppercase, it should be uppercase. So here we have an override, insert override into DDB feature that is called DynamoDB feature. Just you can create like this. From the Hive feature, that is a local table, you loaded the data. Now you try this. You run the select distinct from feature classes and see how much count it is coming. It is taking some time, just wait. Yeah, it is a 27 row fetched, and same if we are going to do, okay, if the same thing we are going to do with, okay, this select feature name. See, I will show you directly how much count it has. The DDB feature, the table has how much count. Let's see. Because we will do some delete, okay, and using the same we'll see that for the Hive feature also, okay. Just for the, it is a 500 record, yes, because the 500 line was present in the file, you remember, and this Hive tab feature table also has a 500 record. Now we'll go to the DynamoDB table and we'll see that if the item is loaded or not. Yes, item has loaded. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll click here, we'll go to action and we'll delete it. So the DynamoDB table is linked with the DDB feature table, DynamoDB feature table, okay. Here it is connected, coming 100 item, but if you will run the same DDB feature table in Hive, that is an external table, see, the record should be one less. Let's wait for 1 minute. See, 499. So you can do your operation with a DynamoDB table and the same record if you want to fetch. When someone is loading, you can go in a different way. If someone is loading and doing, once you load the data through the Hive and then someone is doing some operation and you want to check it all the query, in an easy way, you can connect through the Hive table. Suppose, can I rerun or insert overload? Yes, we'll try that because the insert is an overload. So insert overload will clean all the record and insert all this new record. Let's run it again. It has run. Now if you go and run the query, like feature ID in DDL feature, it will come as a 500. And if we refresh here also in DynamoDB table, the 49 something record ID was there. See, 4039 Sumit, class is Sumit. That record is there. And if you go to the Hadoop, see this 500. So you can integrate it. Your external table, you can integrate your DynamoDB table, and whenever you feel you have backup record required that you have loaded in a Hive table, from the Hive table you can load back to the external table and the DynamoDB table, it will be populated there. This is the way you can integrate your DynamoDB table with a Hive table. So this is the video for DynamoDB with a Hive integration. In next topic, we are going to discuss about what is AWS RDS services, and lab on it. We'll create an MySQL and Oracle services and what are the features available for the RDS service where we can use MySQL and Oracle. We'll see into that. Thank you. Let's keep learning. If you have any feedback, please send us to feedback@kepro.co.in. Apart from that, if you want to learn any technology or blockchain, cloud, data science, ETL, data lake, DevOps, big data testing, cloud testing, please follow us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Thank you. Thanks again, and let's keep learning.